guys, and welcome back to my channel. I hope everybody is well, and today's video is going to be about how the current situation is affecting people with intellectual and mental and neurodevelopmental disabilities. And I found an article on it, and it's by the Conversation UK website. And yeah, so I'm going to get into it and explain it and give my own thoughts as well. So it says, how is the current situation affecting people with intellectual disabilities? For 1.5 million people in the UK living with an intellectual or neurodevelopmental disability, the effects are going to be greater for people with disabilities, and they are more than likely to have a mental health condition than the general population. It has been estimated that 40% of adults and 86% of children experience mental health problems like depression or anxiety. Structure and routine can reduce this anxiety at any point in time for people with an intellectual disability. But at a time right now where routine is changing, this can have a big impact on their emotional and mental health well-being, making underlying conditions worse. As more people are working from home to self-isolate to avoid having this virus, this is going to have an impact of how people with disabilities are treated and supported by carers and family members. Changes to a person's routine, including not being able to go out or having regular contact with their care staff due to them having to self-isolate, will increase the stress and anxiety. Unexpected change. Having to compete with panic buys at the shops will put vulnerable people at risk. Some people with intellectual disabilities have very rigid self-imposed diets with a limited range of foods they will eat, especially autistic people who are very sensitive to changes within their food diet because of the textures, the smell, the sound and the sensory overload, as well as the anxiety increasing because they're unable to buy their usual foods at their usual shopping time because of food shortages and not being able to go out to the supermarket at their usual time of day. This can include things like changes in their cleaning products and the smell around them. The smell of changes can lead to adverse behaviours such as hurting themselves and hurting other people and damaging property. The current situation is very unpredictable and difficult to make sense of in the world around them, especially for people who have trouble communicating like myself. Being unable to understand why the routines had to change and not being part of the decision-making process, and why they feel that they're unable to interact with people who they are close to. People with intellectual disabilities already face health problems, which mean they may not get the same level of health care as other people. Therefore, this is a real warning that people with disabilities become infected and how it can adversely affect their mental and emotional health well-being. Working with social care and healthcare providers is exactly essential to developing good practice and quality information while supporting people with intellectual disabilities. This will help carers and family members effectively manage the changes that may take place in their daily routine and able to get them the successful treatment that they so deserve. My personal thoughts on this article: I feel that it's brilliant on many parts of it, but at the same time I found it to be a bit stereotypical because again it labels us all into one box. Oh, well, if you have a disability you're prone to having health issues. Oh, if you have an intellectual disability you may not have support. So it was kind of a bit biased, so I found it a bit stereotypical and name calling. But for someone like myself who does have a disability and a disability that affects my communication, I feel that it kind of pointed it out to a way that really helped me to understand myself. At the same time, the advice I didn't really feel was adequate or really that suitable. If you are working with someone with autism and they have a set routine during the day, try and stick to that routine. The more that you change it and the more changes that you allow in their routine, they're going to get overstressed, they're going to get overstimulated, they're going to get anxious, they're going to get meltdown, they're going to have emotional meltdowns, they may have violence if they have challenging behaviours. Just be aware of that. Make sure they're able to do their daily routine without too much change or frustration or change of food, because again it will cause them frustration with food, especially if they like to touch their food and look at it and smell it, that kind of stuff. Just be there for them, support them, listen to them, make sure that you're taking the time to understand them and just have fun with them. And yeah, I hope these tips have helped you, and please give this video a like, comment, share and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!